Hello, and I cannot believe it, but here I am at my 33-week pregnancy update. I am 33 weeks in 1 day today. Um, so the baby's about 4 pounds, which I am definitely feeling it. But overall, I cannot believe how great I feel. Like, this is the part, like the last 2 months, I felt just so good. And I keep thinking the other shoe's gonna drop and I'm gonna start feeling terrible, but I don't. I feel so good. And I think this kind of happened last time. First 20-25 weeks are really hard, and then it gets easy, and it's just amazing. And this is when you go, I could have a third kid. But getting way ahead of myself. But because you forget how horrible the first part of pregnancy is. And I was telling that to my midwife yesterday, and she goes, it's just something pregnant women do. You guys just forget how bad the first trimester is, and you guys forget how bad labor is, and you get that squishy little baby, and it's all so worth it. And I'm just feeling really healthy right now, and good, and eating well, and exercising, and I just feel like at the top of my game, I guess. But yeah, he is feeling heavy this week, and he definitely, it is crazy. I would say the last 5 or 6 days, so right after I filmed my last video, I felt his position move. I'm pretty sure it didn't happen before then. I could feel pressure way down on my pubic bone, and I'm pretty sure he finally went head down. And before, I think he was either breech or he was up this way, but he was definitely more up under my boobs and the rib cage here. And now I can feel him down low and on my pubic bone, and every once in a while it's like a sharp pain down there. I'm just pretty sure his head is locked in. She didn't really, when my midwife felt me yesterday at my 33-week appointment, she didn't say if he was head down, but when she measured me, she said I was like 2 centimeters, or the fundal height was like 2 less, which I think is 2 centimeters less. If anyone knows, let me know if it's centimeters. I assume it's centimeters less. And she said, oh, your belly is smaller. That's weird. And so she went and did it again. And she's like, no, it's definitely 30. And last time it was like 31 or 32 or something. So it got smaller. And she said she's not worried about it because I gained 2 pounds. So she's like, it's not like you lost weight. So I think you're right. I think the baby did go head down. And sometimes that will make your belly shrink down a little bit. So that's promising. That's hopeful. So hopefully in 2 weeks I have my appointment with the doctor, and I'm hoping he can feel at that point and tell me if he thinks the baby is head down or head up or however positioned the baby is. Because the midwife did say with the second pregnancy, your uterus is bigger, and he could still pop back up and go down and up and down at 33 weeks pregnancy. It's not like he's locked and loaded for the next 7 weeks. So she wouldn't be surprised if, the belly is much bigger and then much smaller over the next few weeks. Hard to believe. Oh, a little out of breath. Hard to believe I have 48 days to go on my Sprout app. It says 48 days when I looked at it. So crazy, and it's coming so fast, and I really need to get my house in order. My mom is probably going to come next week because my husband needs a colonoscopy, and it's like right middle of the day when Austin naps, so I'm thinking that I could just use that time the day before to clean, and then the day of, besides the appointment and stuff, I can clean. So I did a little bit of crazy cleaning this weekend, but it was kind of just catch-up cleaning. It wasn't like in-depth cleaning, which I really need to do, like cabinets and wiping stuff down and pulling stuff out and getting behind things, and just like a good spring cleaning, because I know I'm not going to be in the mood to do it for a while. So yeah, definitely need to get into more of the nesting mode and like clean the windows and the windowsills and all that kind of stuff. I have been eating like a cow. Like, I am so hungry the last 2 weeks, and I just can't help it. I'm just eating. And I really haven't gained that much weight. She told me in the 2 weeks I gained 1.8 pounds, which she was happy with. So I'm like, I felt like I should have gained a lot more. So maybe the walking and a little bit of exercising I'm doing is helping. But the other night I walked on the treadmill for 30 minutes at 2.0. Like, usually my warm-up is like 3.0. So funny how slow it is. But I felt out of breath, and I felt like I was huffing and puffing and moving. So, oh well, that's what I can do. I've been doing a ton of walking though. I'm not as much weightlifting as I want to be doing because I really want strong arms instead of flabby arms when I go into labor, because holding onto that bed, and I used it, you know, for pressure to hold on to, my arms were sore for days after giving birth with Austin. So I really do need to keep doing my my little hand weights and get better about that over the next 2 months. The other thing I brought up to the midwife, remember 2 weeks ago I told you after sex I had a little bit of spotting, like just a few drops. So I didn't think it was anything a big deal, whatever. I figured I would just bring it up at my next appointment, because I do remember after my cervix checks, like when they would check to see if you're dilated at like 38, 39 weeks pregnant last time, I would always bleed after, and they would tell me it's normal. So I kind of felt the same way about the sex. It's probably normal, you know, if you hit your cervix or whatever. So she wasn't as reassuring as I thought it was going to be. She was kind of like concerned a little bit. She didn't say, I thought she was going to say, oh, it's completely fine. She didn't say that. She just said, be careful. She said, at this point, your cervix could be thinning, and it could have just hit like a blood vessel or a capillary, and it just bursted, you know, and got a few little drops of blood or whatever. So just be careful, be aware. When I also tell her I walk, she also says, okay, that's fine, but just don't overdo it. Be careful, be aware. You know, I think she's way more cautious than the doctor. The doctor's like, do whatever you want. Just don't ski or ride a horse. Like, that's his things that he always says. He says, you can do anything else. I mean, I'm out of breath talking. That's crazy. But that's been for a few months now. But anyway, about the blood, she said, just watch it, be careful, and, you know, let her know if it happens again. And she kind of left it at that. So I started to Google it, and most people say you should call your doctor immediately. So I guess I should have, in hindsight. But everything should be fine, and it was 2 weeks ago now, and I think everything is still fine. So we will just be careful from here on out, and it hasn't happened again. So I'm just thinking it was just a weird thing or weird angle, or, you know, like she said, just hit a part that was just a capillary, or I think that's what she said, or a blood vessel just bursted. So not too worried about it, but she didn't put my mind at ease like I thought she would. Oh, also with all the walking I've been doing, I have been getting leg chafing in between my legs, and I think it's just because I'm, you know, back to gaining more weight again, and my legs are getting bigger. Last time my legs and arms definitely got bigger. I wasn't one of those people that just gained it all in my belly. So my legs are definitely getting bigger. They're definitely chafing together, and I don't have pregnancy workout clothes, so I'm still trying to wear either what I'm wore for the day. I'll just wear because I'm walking so slow. It's not like I need workout gear. Or I will put on some of my non-pregnancy workout pants that are bigger, but they don't fit that great. They're very uncomfortable, so that's probably what's causing it. But at this point, I'm not going to go out and buy any workout clothes. You know, I'm way too cheap for that. I'm also having some anxiety about, like, if the doctor's going to deliver me or if she's going to deliver me. She told me this last time she's definitely going to do her best to deliver me. But she can't promise anything, so I told her I just wanted to make sure I saw the doctor at least one more time before before, you know, I go on to see her again, just because I just want him to know who I am if he does deliver me. I don't want it to feel like he doesn't even remember who the heck I am when he walks in the room or something, you know. So I just feel comfortable seeing him at my 35-week appointment, which is in 2 weeks, and there's no cervix check, or it's just like a really quick appointment, so I think that's a perfect appointment to see him at. I also talked to her about the nurse that I had in my first delivery, and she remembered the lady's name, which was Jill, and I'm hoping if I have the doctor, at least that nurse will be on call, and she said that nurse does still work there. So that's exciting, and because she was so awesome. I really had an awesome midwife and an awesome nurse, and I even had a student nurse in the room the first time, which I thought I would care about, but she was an older lady, and she had babies, and she was super sweet, and she held my hand, and she knew, you know, she was just very empathetic. She was a really good person to have there too, especially before the midwife got there, because I was pushing with the nurse, and then she was holding one leg and my husband was holding one leg. But then when the midwife came, she took the nurse's spot, and then the nurse came over here and held this leg, and the student nurse just stood back. But she was supposed to leave like at noon, and I didn't deliver till 3, and she stayed the whole time. So she was just happy to see a birth. And honestly, she was so nice and sweet and just older and I don't know, just non-threatening and just watching me give birth. And I was somehow okay with it. Anyway, besides the really nice nurses and student nurses, I am having a ton of anxiety about having two and handling two and being like, can I do this? Like, I wanted to get pregnant. I put myself in this position. But it's feeling like they're going to be really close together now. I am feeling a ton of anxiety. I'm going to be outnumbered. You know, my husband works a lot. He has his own business. He works a lot. He's gone a lot. I mean, there are days when he can come home early, but there's more times that he's working, especially on the weekends and nights. And I have a whole new sympathy for single moms or military moms or moms of husbands that work a ton or travel. So they're literally like out of the state all week long or country all week long. I just have a whole new respect for that. That is just, whew, because I can hardly handle it. Like when he leaves in the morning, comes home so late, he only has like an hour with him, you know, or an hour to help me out. And it's hard. And I'm just thinking about the lack of sleep and all of that. And I'm just having a lot of anxiety. So I'm just trying to stay calm and realize like maybe this baby will sleep better than Austin did. But I'm like tired and cranky now. And I'm sleeping all night. I'm sleeping a good 8 hours every night. Some days I'm napping an hour or two, and that's going to come to a halt. I'm going to be surviving on 4 or 5 hours. So this 10 hours of sleep is a luxury, and I'm exhausted with 10 hours of sleep. How am I going to do this? So lots of anxiety. Also having a little bit of anxiety about fast birth. I need to stop YouTubing fast births and like reading about second babies that come so fast. And I was just in an office and I heard a lady saying like her second kid was born in the car on the way to the hospital because it literally was like a 30-minute birth, if that, from the time like she had her first contraction till the baby was born. That is insane. I don't know if you guys watch Heidi Kim on Heidi Kim TV, and she has a vlogging channel, which I think the video is on that, called Sudden Kimpact. She just had her baby, her third baby, and it came in like 45 minutes, and she gave birth by herself at home on her toilet. And that is like, it literally, when I watched that vlog, why I need to stay off watching these, is I literally stayed up half the night and I was dreaming about that happening to me, and I'm just like, I need my epidural. So watching like these women give birth by herself, you know, with her 3-year-old, that is how she gave birth. That is so scary, but she handled it like a champ, and honestly, it actually sounded like it ended up being okay. I don't know if I would be okay with that though. That just totally freaks me out. I want an epidural. I want the doctor. I want to be set up. I just want it to go a certain way. It's not that I have a birth plan or anything like that, but I definitely do not want a C-section, and I do not want to give birth by myself without an epidural. Like, if we can accomplish those things, I guess those are the big things. I would love the midwife to be there instead of the doctor, but, you know, I guess when I look at situations like that, I'm like, hey, it would probably be okay. The most important thing is I'm at the hospital with an epidural, my husband is there, someone is watching Austin, and, you know, that will make me happy at this point. So my expectations are definitely getting lowered every week. No, but I'm going to stop reading this stuff. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep reading this stuff. But okay, anyway, I will see you all at my 34-week update. All you pregnant ladies watching, I hope you are doing well. And if not, we all know it's coming to an end soon at some point, even if it's a full 9 months. I will see you guys later. Bye. 178.8.